Good evening, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon also for others.
Good evening, sir.
Wait for another 1 minute and then we'll start. Yes, the selection process is still going on and that will take some time because there are many use cases being submitted. So have some patience and you can continue these sessions which I am going to have on daily basis. That will be helpful.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't talking in mute. So
Yes,
yes,
sir. So,
the selection process is going on. There were multiple discussions already. So your name would be there in the queue. So please wait for some time. Definitely that discussion will happen. And what I
okay,
was mentioning is you can continue these exercises anyway. That is going to help you as well. And these
sure, sir.
exercises will be related to the case study only. It will be relating. So you will be having more flexible discussion also when it comes on its way. Okay, so we will start it now. Okay, so who all completed the user creation on Jira, AWS, and GitHub? Are you all able to do that? This will be mandatory because your all activities would be managed via Jira. Your code will be managed in GitHub, and you would be needing AWS account to do some or other activities, irrespective of your role. It could be you could be in BA, it could be in programmer or DevOps or QA. Everybody will require AWS knowledge on some or other uh, cases. Okay, so can I see a text box message if you have completed your account creation? I mean, feel free to be transparent. I mean, I am done or I have to do something like that. Only one person has done. Rafik. Okay, Krishna Reddy, Priyanka, Uday. Okay, so at least few people have done that. That is must for this internship. So this activities, whatever you do, reflects that whether you can do certain thing yourself or not, and that is mandatory for internship position. Okay, so as I mentioned, internship positions are for those people who are self-disciplined and self-learners. Okay, I will provide you the guidance, mentorship, and minimal help, but you have to maximum effort. You have to do yourself. Okay, and this 1 week, whatever we are going to do the exercise, you can check that it is really helping you or not, and if it is helping then good, you can try for it. If it is not helping then you feel free to quit. Okay, so what we are going to do now is once you all have created your accounts, people who have not created, please do create it. It is going to help you. If not now, it is going to help you in future. Okay, so irrespective of whether you take the internship or do get an opportunity as a job or you do a training, you will require it everywhere. Okay, so that is must. Okay, so now I'm going to share the screen and take you through the case study which people have submitted. Some of the people. Before that, let me do one thing. Able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. So, what you are going to do in this exercises is the case study which was shared to all of you. Okay, you are going to basically work towards that to implement it on real time. Okay, and I am going to help you throughout this course in next few days. Okay, so when you try to do this hands-on, you yourself will realize what is your level. Are you skilled enough to do a software development? Are you skilled enough to do UI development or Java development? Or if you are a DevOps engineer, are you having the right skills to get a job for DevOps engineer or even for QA in that manner? So all the job positions which we have, so each one of will have some or other activities to do in this, and you will realize you can really do it or not. Okay, and I will be helping you out throughout your this journey. Any doubt on this? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, so then let me start it. Right, so you can just think this is a high level requirement which is given to you. Okay, now let's go through it. What it says, right? So say we leave this first sentence. Hmm. So please provide solution or artifact or document code such things. Okay, as per your job profile means if you are DevOps engineer, you have to give the solutions or you have to come up with all the activities which are required for a DevOps engineer. If you are QA, so based on that you have to do it. So, what is it actually? So, it's saying you may refer this following things for doing your case study. Okay. So, what is that case study? Is basically only one screen is given to you like this, and that is a screen of an invoice, right? This is a screen of the invoice. So, looking at this invoice, how one designer will think through, right? How one UI developer will think through, how one microservice developer will think about it, and what the DevOps engineer will do for this screen, right? So from your point of view, you have to pick up the activities which you have to do. Okay. So when high level requirement comes, or any there is a backlog grooming or overview of the requirement by the product owner or the business analyst to the team, right? At that time, you have to think from your perspective. What would be your contribution in this application? So it is not that different people will have different meeting. In the same meeting, all people will be participating. The initial classes, in the initial meeting, everybody will be there. Okay. So I was seeing some people was trying to join. Okay, that's fine. So now we will go through the different roles which we have, and based on that role, what is that you need to do in this exercise. Okay, so let me open the different roles what we have, and for each role I'm going to explain you what would be your contribution in this, or what are the activities you have to do. Give me a second. So people who has started their training or learning in GCP or Azure, they can do in that cloud platform. Okay, so let me know when you can see the screen once again. Do you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's talk about the mobile app developer. What a mobile app developer should do, irrespective of whether it is Android, React, or Flutter, okay, or anything else. Okay. So from the mobile app developer point of view, first of all, this screen is not suitable for mobile app. Okay. So mobile app developer needs to come up what should be the screen they need to develop. So they have to very closely work with the UX designers on reality. But if you are working in a silo or you are learning through YouTube and videos, you cannot do that. But you can do only when you participate in an internship like this. Do you agree, guys?
Yes, sir.
So you have to discuss. You need a BA. You need a UX designer with whom you can discuss in detail that this screen how you should split so that it will be accommodated in mobile app. How the menu is there in mobile app, how the content is displayed, if there are a lot of data, how you should display, do you need to display all data, little data, what should be the user experience, all those kind of things you have to discuss. Okay, so that's how a mobile app developer will think. Once you think about it, then come up with the UX designs and the requirement. Then from mobile app, you have to develop the mobile app UI interface. But to do the CRUD operations, when you say CRUD operations, what do you see? You can see that there is a need. There should be an option to create this invoice. There should be an option to edit this invoice. There should be option to generate PDF or this invoice in PDF format, send it via email, or you should be able to download the exported invoice. So for this, you need backend services. So those backend services would nothing but they be as microservices, right? So one mobile app developer, what he will think, his requirement in terms of mobile app and what all different APIs he needs, right? Once he has the APIs, he can do all backend integration. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Anyone is there as a mobile developer in this team who wants to learn as mobile development? No one?
I know a little bit, but I'm more focused on DevOps.
So you got the point, right? What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So again, for the mobile app developer, though he does not do the deployments and all, but for good developer would do the development in the at least in local or development mode, so that he can do his daily work. So he needs to do the deployment as well, right? So these are the activities one mobile app developer would do. Clear? So any question on mobile app development? What is the role one mobile app developer would play? Now let's go to the UI developer perspective. You may be a UI developer who codes in React.js or AngularJS. Okay. So for the requirement of mobile app, how you had for UI and your API, that remains same. Do you agree? But in mobile app, UX design will be different, and for UI development or browser application, it would be different. Make sense? So from a UI developer point of view, you will see how it should look. So including all your CRUD operations, and also how you deploy your web application, the React application. Whether you deploy it in any EC2 instance or in Kubernetes or in AWS Amplify, or if you are deploying in Azure or GCP, what is the infrastructure you need? Though you don't have to do that in detail, but you need to know that yes, this is where it will be deployed, which will be done by the DevOps team. And also you need to, if you are doing a server side React, then there would be possibility that we might need to check server side log also. So in AWS, you would explore CloudWatch. In other cases, other cloud also, respective log you need to check. Even if sometimes server is down or something, you might need to check in the server side. If DevOps guy is not available, at least in DevBox, you should be able to check that. Clear for UI developer? Any question? If no, then let me move with the Java developer. So guys, all Java developers, you basically need to come up with different microservices which you need to build, or different APIs which you need to build to support this UI, right? So as we discussed that you need to do all CRUD operations related to invoice, then you need to build, have option how you can generate PDF using the given data. You might need to have search operation for a particular invoice number or company, like that. So those are the APIs you need to build. Now to build that microservice and APIs, you need to come up with a proper architecture, designs. You need to identify what are the design patterns you need to use. You need to select the best Java libraries or frameworks which you need to use. You need to provide security. You need to come up with data sources which you are going to use. Do you need RDBMS, Oracle, MySQL? You need NoSQL databases. You need caching mechanism. Okay, those are all things you have to think through. Clear? Java team, any question? How many people are there in Java? Can you ping in the chat box, please? Let's we should make it a communicative, or else you will get sleep. Can I see? Just mention Java. No one, huh? Is it correct? No one in Java?
Yes, sir, I think no one.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. People are leaving Java, is it, guys?
I'm not sure, but I think most people are going to Python and everything because of AI. But I think Java is like really important for the backend stuff, like
Yeah,
Spring
yeah.
Boot
Java
and everything.
is mandatory. I mean, see, Python is go for AI/ML, but in a project, your AI/ML is just part of it. It will be just 10, 20 to 30%. At this moment, it is just for 2%, 5% like that. But your all microservice, your CRUD operation, these are not done using Python. These are done using Java only. 90% of the companies use Java for these all operations. Python is used for very heavy work, very calculative and complex processing activities, mostly in AI ML side.
Hmm.
So I see one light from Sadvik. He said he is in Java. My God. Thanks, thanks. No one else, guys. I also want to learn Java. Okay, we got one more. Saikat. Okay, good, good. Yeah, guys, please ping. At least I know that there are people on that, so that because I have to build this team of the internship where you all can work together as a team and you come up as a organizational based team. Okay, and that is where you will be building your teamwork and the project work
Yes,
will be together.
sir.
Okay, Chaya says she knows Java and for Selenium it is required. That's right. Arvind, DSA, what is that? Okay. Rafik is also with core Java and Selenium. Yes, further Java is required. Okay. So let's move on. So for Java, those are the activities you have to do. Okay, if you are building your career in Java, and similar thing for Node.js. Okay, so is there anyone who is building your career in Node.js? So microservice, whichever we are going to develop in Java, same microservices can be done in Node.js.
Yeah, I use Node.js for the backend in my case study.
Awesome. Okay. So would you like to do? You are applying for which position, Avi?
I was applying for both backend and DevOps basically, but because I'm not really sure which position I like want to go into, so I applied
Okay.
for like both.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I will guide you. Which one will be more suitable for you? So you cannot do both together, but you pick up
Yes,
one
yeah,
and then have a balance. I will guide you. You can ping me separately. I will consult and I will give you the consultation.
sure, that will be like really great.
Okay, DSA data structure only you are saying. Okay, sure. And so that is our Node.js. So all whatever you do in Java microservices using Spring Boot, all equivalent can be done in Node.js. Okay. Then DevOps engineers. So I think I already told about DevOps what all you need to do, but let me try to hear if any question is there, and then I will add more to it. So DevOps guys, do you have any clue what you have to do by looking at this screen and whatever we discussed so far?
I think I would really think about scalability of an application for this particular. After seeing this invoice, we have a job to get the invoice from the backend. So there will be a front end part, but then it will have to connect for the backend, and it will obviously use those APIs. So according to the scale, according to the number of people, how many people are simultaneously accessing the invoice, we have to develop or we have to like put that particular kind of resources into it while we are deploying on any cloud platform, and we have to do the appropriate load balancing, and we have to host it like on the cloud appropriately to handle the scale of it. We can use Dockerization and microservices, like I've said before, for that.
Yeah, that's correct. Anything else anybody wants to add?
So I just want to know which one the company prefers when we are doing production, like Kubernetes or Docker or EC2. Where do you want to host this?
Yeah, that you will learn in the on the way of exercises. So there will be activity. Even you need to choose whether you need only Docker, you need Kubernetes, you need or only EC2, or something else, or you want only Lambda function, something like that. So that we will do the exercises in detail. Anything else? Okay. So let me tell you how you need to think through, right, as a DevOps engineer. Okay. So the primary role of the DevOps engineer is to maintain the infrastructure where applications are deployed and maintained. Is it correct? So as a
Yes,
DevOps
sir.
engineer, yeah, as a DevOps engineer, you have to think what are the applications developers are developing which you have to deploy in the cloud, or it could be in your on-premise also. Many times you might need to use hybrid environment. Okay, it means on-premise as well as cloud. Okay, so you have to identify basically that is the first job of any DevOps engineer. Okay, that is the first thing you look. What are the applications developers are developing which you need to deploy? Okay. Once you know that what are the applications to be deployed, then you will go to the next step. So let me ask you a question. By looking at this screen, tell me what are the applications coming in your mind that need to be deployed? Can you quickly message in the chat box? What are the applications do you think we might need to deploy? Quick, guys. Put it in the chat box. A website, yes, that is a web application. Then, quick. No idea. Is it? Database, yes, that is correct. Android application, yes, correct. Web application done. Database done. Backend server, yes. What else? Data science, guys. What do you think from your side? What do you have to do? Microservice, yes, correct. So these are the ones. So there are, at least you can think, there are 4 types of applications which you need to deploy. Okay. So yes, of course, cloud. So the first thing is the web front where customer will be using. So that is your web application. That is a browser based application which you are going to develop in React.js or AngularJS, like that. Okay. Then comes mobile app, whether you are doing hybrid with Flutter or React Native or Android or iOS mobile app, that also need to be deployed. Got to. Third one is you have to do the backend integration. For that you need server side component. That could be in terms of microservices or in any other old technologies. Nowadays, most of the new applications are built using microservices. So you need infrastructure for microservices. Done. To manage your data, you need different types of databases. So you have to apply different databases. Then different cache mechanisms, right? These are things you have to do to create the infrastructure. Then your analytical tools. So there are many analytical tools, reporting tools in build. You might need to build yourself those all things. Okay. So there are these all 4, 5 or 6 different types of applications which you have to deploy. Now, before you deploy these applications, you have to create infrastructure for that, right? So that is where now it will come how you are going to create the infrastructure. Are you going to use Terraform? Are you going to use cloud formation or equivalent technology of the cloud to create the infrastructure? So you have to create the infrastructure. You will create VPC, subnet, blah blah blah, and port security layer, this that IAM role. So many related services, whatever you need to do to support all these applications. So you have to identify what all different services what you need to have to support this application. So that would be the thought process for a DevOps guy. Are you getting, guys? Is it making sense to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
So as a DevOps engineer, that is the clarity you need in a mind that what is that you are going to deploy. See, at present, many people are taking training in many institutes. They are learning S3 bucket, they are learning a Lambda function, API gateway, but they don't know what is the purpose of learning those. They know they can, they are, what they are teaching is they will allow teach you to go log in, create one Lambda function, create one API gateway, set up one API, done. But in reality, in the real time project environment, what exactly they have to do, they don't have any clue. So when they join a company, if any task is assigned to them, they are clueless. So until the lead manager helps them, like spoon feeding, they are like helpless. They can't do anything. That is the situation at present. Okay. But in this internship, when you join, you are going to learn everything end to end. And you will be learning, you will be working with all respective teams wherever you need to collaborate. So your collaborative skills have to be improved. and that platform you will get in this internship. Clear? Any question on the DevOps side? Okay, so let me move on. Next is business analyst and the product owner. Anyone in this team who is looking for business analyst role? Guys, maybe you can call out. You don't need a message. I think it would be almost 0 or 1 or 2. No one? Business analyst role? Okay. So let me tell you, if you are a business analyst or product owner role you are seeking, then you have to basically understand this entire requirement, and you have to organize the requirement in terms of maybe epics, stories, etc. You have to clearly define what would be the UX design for all these pages, what would be the workflow, what will be the functionality, all those things, all requirements you have to write in detail, and you need to have the skill to demo and explain those requirements and clarify all functional questions of the developers. So when I say developers, it will be mainly UI and backend developers, which you have to be able to clear it out. Okay, and many times BAs need to learn on the UX design also, so that they can guide the UX designers better. Okay, so that will be the role for the business analyst. Then next, coming to HR and recruiter, you leave that. QA automation engineer, so Selenium, Cypress, BDD, Cucumber, etc. So I think QA guys are pretty clear what you have to do as a part of this. You just need to test it manually, and you need to automate the testing using all those tools. Not only for this UI, but also all the APIs which will be developed by the backend developer, that also you have to do. Is it clear? Any question from QA side? Okay, no question. I'll move on. Then Scrum Master. So if anyone is there applying for a Scrum Master in this team, okay. If no one is there, I'll just brief. As a Scrum Master, you need to learn Agile methodologies, Safe Agile, then all team management activities, and along with that, Scrum Master is required to be expert in one of the fields, either as a BA or UX designer or Java programmer or testing, like that, because Scrum Master is not occupied full time. So if he is managing multiple teams, then he will be occupied full time, or else you need to contribute on any other roles. So that will be the role for a Scrum Master. And then after the Scrum Master, we have data scientists. So let's elaborate this. What data scientists need to do in this? Okay. So guys, who all are there on DSA? Can you ping, please? Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. DS, who all are there? Please ping. Meanwhile, I have to get my laptop charger. Please, ping. I will come back. Okay, I am back, guys. So I see one, two, only two people are interested in DS, Saurabh and Avi, and Shaya also. Around three people. Okay. So in DS, what you have to do? Can you try to brief? Then I will add to it. Did you get any clue what you have to do in as a DS? Saurabh, Avi, Shaya?
Yeah. So, so what we have to do, we have to check the data,
Mm-hmm.
like we'll say development cost, quantity, GST, and amount,
Mm-hmm.
and based on that, we have to do data cleaning and all, whatever we need to do, and create a model for that by which
Yes.
we can predict something.
Yes. Anything else?
I think we can also create a recommendation system based on how many people are buying particular courses or particular things that we have in the index. It's like web development, someone is buying web development, and someone is buying website hosting, right? So we will get all this data like from all the invoices, and we will see which we will make k-mean clustering, something like that, and we will be able to recommend that people what else can it get, so we can make that kind of recommendation system
Yes.
using data science.
Yes. Good. See, if you look at this data, no, this data will tell you what all things you might need. Okay. You see this. I'll give you one very simple example. You see this address, right? And you have that map, right? So in the web, when you have address, just think if this application belongs to an international community, application like Amazon or Flipkart, which is used by people across the world, let's say. Okay, so how many addresses will be there? You can imagine, and how much data will be there only for addresses, right? So how do we maintain that addresses? You need to store somewhere. If you have addresses, you need a search mechanism also. You need a search engine. Okay, you need to improve the search. You need the proper, caching mechanism, indexing, and all. So data is involved in each and everywhere wherever you look at. I'll give you one example. These invoices, whatever you are creating, viewing, and all. How many people are visiting this page? Where they are clicking? Okay, how long they are staying in this page? These all informations are also tracked. Okay. Then another I will tell regarding the trends, like across the world, what kind of people are seeking what kind of services more. Like here you see the web development or web hosting, right? So what is the trend of this kind of business? So looking at these items people are purchasing, you can show them more related items, recommendations. You can build a recommendation system. Getting the point? Regarding this, GST percentages, government rules, and all these will be different in every country, right? So your invoice will look differently based on the government rules and the different tax system they have. So you have to integrate with the tax systems for those specific countries. So there are also huge amount of data transformations, data analysis is required. Getting the point? Okay, but as a part of this exercise you won't be able to do everything, but part by part, piece and piece, you will do it, but your thought process and your dream need to be very big. You will think the entire world, but basically you will live within your room or in your house. Okay, but your mind will be there across the world. Okay, so you will try to explore as much as boundary it limits, it crosses, but I mean step by step you will do the exercises. It's clear? Any question for data science? If no, then I will move on to AM developer. So this is one of the skills which we need actually for the content management. So it is not mandatory to use AM, but AM is used in many big applications. That's Adobe Experience Manager. Okay. So basically, what are the different types of contents we show, right, in web pages? Those content comes from some CMS tool, content management tool. So if anybody is interested to work on AM developer or content management, they can go for it. Okay, so there is a development positions in AM, and that development again can be done with Java also. So AM developers are normally Java programmers. Okay, then let me move to the last one, that is the technical solution and cloud architect. Okay, so if you are planning to be an architect, by looking at this image, okay, you can have a very good visualization what should be the architecture, and that architecture will include how the UI applications would look like, how they will be deployed, how microservices should look like, how many microservices you need, what all databases you need, what cache mechanisms you need, what security is required, which deployment model you need to use. Okay, all those things. And you have to think how you can build best quality product with a flexible architecture in the lowest cost. Okay, so these all things activities you have to do. Okay, so now okay, let me ask in general if anybody has any question, so that I will move to the next step right away. Any question, guys? Each one of you understand what would be your role?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, so now what I want you to do as an assignment for tomorrow is, you have created your account in Jira. If you have not created, do create it. And then looking at this page, whatever I demonstrated, right? If you want, you can see the recording once again. And for your part, just think what you have to do and create your epics, stories, and tasks accordingly. So from each team, at least 1 or 2 person I will call out, and I will review those activities in Jira, and I will guide you that you have the right activities in place or not. Once you have understood what is the requirement and what are the activities or tasks you have to do, then only you should start working on it, not beyond that, not before that. And if you have any doubt regarding the requirement, you should get in touch with me, and where I will be able to clarify your doubts. So are you okay with the assignment?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody has any doubt? No doubt. Okay. Sounds good. So that's all I
Can
had
you
for today.
again?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, also for DevOps and cloud roles are same like Jira या फिर AWS and GitHub and
You
all.
have to create in Jira. So in for AWS, for DevOps guy, what exactly you have to do? So you have to let's say you have to deploy the React application. You have to deploy the microservice. You have to create the databases in cloud, right? So those all will be your different stories which would come under certain epic. So you can think what would be the epic and a story, right? And we have our videos how you should create epic stories and all. You can see in our channel, or you can see in the public YouTube as well. See, if you are able
Okay.
to do these things yourself, normally this is a job of the product owner or business analyst. But if you are able to do, then you will be one step forward. Why it is a one step forward? First thing is you can manage your work yourself. You don't have to depend on others. And also when you join the company and any business analyst assigns you a story or explain something, you will be able to pick it up within seconds. So you will be building your agile mindset, before even anybody gives you a training and try to say you something. By the time they try to explain something, immediately you will be able to grab it. Yeah.
A quick question, like can we have some channels like in Discord, because it's free to use and everyone can have means they can post any question 24/7 if they have anything.
Yeah. Actually, I was trying to check if we can use Slack or not, but I think it is not. Can we use Slack? Is that
No, Slack is like it's for commercial. I think Discord will
commercial?
be the best.
So anybody knows any forum which you can use?
So we can try this one I'm using actually from other company,
Mm-hmm.
Discord. It's also similar to Slack and MS Teams,
Okay.
but the only thing that in free subscription you can't like upload like heavy files with large volumes,
No,
but
that's
you
fine.
can
For
always
heavy
have
files,
like
you
chat.
don't need to. We can update that in Google Drive or in GitHub, and then just provide the link.
Mhm.
So maybe we can do it that way. If anybody has a better suggestion, please bring up. If no, then let's everybody download this and try to log in. Have your
Yeah, it's just a
account
web
created.
application.
Sorry.
It's a web application. They can also just log in on web and they can
Okay,
have
online.
chat.
Mm-hmm. So let's then create your account here, and then from GTS point of view, I will create an organization and then give access to you all and create a team there for this project, and you all can collaborate there. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Ravi. We will
Thank you.
explore this.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else, guys? If no, then thank you for your time, and talk to you again. See you all. Good night.
Thank you. See
Have
you.
a good day to others.